son. Where'd you find this?
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
A few moments later.
You are now listening to Podcast 42, the world's most popular, inaccurate, and sometimes squirreled retelling of pop culture history.
Brian told me that the last Console Wars was the funniest episode we've done in a while because he was dying listening at all the fucking innuendos that you threw in there.
What are you talking about? There are no innuendos in that script.
Everyone.
So is he saying that we haven't been funny in a while?
No, we have been funny, but he said
that's how I took it.
He said that this has definitely been the funniest episode in a while, like where he was just dying listening to us from start to finish.
Okay. Notice how I didn't take the compliment. I went straight for the
What, the
negative.
backhanded compliment there?
Yeah. That one was really funny. Not like the previous 15 weeks.
No.
That's how I took
Console
it.
Wars 2 was better than Console Wars 1 is how I took it.
Yeah.
That's a rarity.
The sequel was better than...
That is a rarity.
Maybe if we make it a trilogy, we can have it that way, because then it would be just like every Star Wars trilogy, where the second one is the best.
He said it's a 17-part series for us.
Oh my gosh.
So we're doing like the extended version of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings?
Well, we have to go back to eventually after episode 3 and go back and do a prequel trilogy about the
Why are we doing a prequel trilogy?
No, we have to do like Game Boy and all the handheld games.
Yeah, I'm sure you're all about the handhelds.
Uh-huh. Can we turn on the light? It's gonna start hurting my eyes.
Are you serious?
We can wait a little longer until it gets darker, but I'm never going to be able to read the script when it's this dark.
Yeah, Faraz wanted mood lighting.
I know he wanted the mood lighting.
He wants us all to read the script by the little tiny Death Star.
You know all about his mood lighting when you're in his TIE Fighter bed.
You should have
his
got
little Death Star right there lighting up.
Synchronize them.
No, the Jameson's
as he gives
better.
you a little pew pew.
Well, on that note, it's time for Podcast 42. I'm Christopher DeVos.
I'm Nicole Fasone.
JL Tros.
And I'm Faraz. Hey.
Hey.
So let's get right into the beer cooler right away. You brought a very colorful one gigantic can of beer.
It's a crowler.
JL Beer Cooler, it's cooler than you think. JL Beer Cooler, it's cool enough to drink. It's cool enough to drink, yeah.
It's a growler in a can.
That's cool. How many ounces is that?
It's a quart. Hey, metric
Did
system.
you almost
what's
say
a
who
quart?
cares?
He did almost say who cares.
That's what
But
I
it's a
said.
legitimate question. All right.
Who cares?
It's a lot of beer.
It's big.
All right.
It's colorful.
How many?
What's the name of it?
Good. It's from Cycle Brewing. This is their Crank IPA.
It's an IPA. Oh, good. It's an IPA.
It's an IPA. This was a gift from a friend of mine.
It is 32 ounces in 1 quart.
That's a normal serving for me.
There's nothing I like better than back-to-back IPA beer tastings.
I will get you an IPA next week also. That way we can have the trifecta. Maybe I'll get you a double IPA.
Oh, that'll be great. There's double IPAs?
Yeah.
Like double bad?
No, like double good.
Oh, okay.
Faraz has not taken his eyes off of this light the entire time. He's just watching.
Did you smell the beer, though?
Enticing.
Did I smell it?
Yeah, the smell is
Interesting.
very interesting.
You can smell the hops, though.
Definitely smell
Is
and
that
taste
what I'm
the hops.
smelling? I thought I was smelling citrus.
I think there's citrus in there, too.
Is this our first time like smelling the beer? I've never had a
We
smell
never
the
really
beer.
pour it into cups to
That's
smell.
true. That was the
We should
whole.
start doing that.
And to see the color. Remember when I used to talk
We
about the
did.
color?
We used to pour yours into a glass all the time, and then you decided against it because it was taking too long.
Yeah, for 4 episodes we did color. But, no one can see, much like the light we keep referencing.
Yeah, like
no one
this-
can see the light.
It's a Death Star strobe.
Carol
light,
Ann, go towards the light.
and it's just dancing so loud for us.
Jesus, you're like a moth to a flame.
All right, we're going to need to start doing Facebook Live so people can see what we're talking
It's a
Yeah.
Death Star strobe light. I just describe it. It flickers
It's entrancing
through
for
all
Faraz.
the lights, the colors of the spectrum from lustful crimson to a very placidly tranquil white.
The only thing I'm learning from this is that Star
from
Wars
there-
turns Faraz on.
Yeah.
To a fertile green.
Well, speaking of fertile green,
And that's why his son is named Luke.
this week's episode is on Robin Williams.
The legend, the master.
And when we were picking topics, I said, well, let's do Robin Williams. And JL said, that's going to be like a 4-parter. And you were right. It could have been a 4-parter. So we're going to briefly touch over Robin Williams. We're not getting into everything. And we sort of laid back on the drug stuff. We're going to do more happier.
Thank you.
Turned on the light. Do
Can't
some more
see
happier
Faraz.
Robin Williams. We touched a little bit on his drug stuff, but there's other podcasts that you can get really down and deep, dirty into the seedy life of Robin Williams. We're going to stick to the more positive life of Robin Williams.
Turning on the ceiling light really dampens the experience of the Death Star light.
You
It's
should probably
still
turn it
on.
off then.
The light's still
It's
on.
jarring.
All right, focus.
Did you use that for Jar Jar Binks?
Because this episode isn't on the Death Star light.
No.
This
But shouldn't-
episode's on Robin Williams.
But
Want the Millennium
are we
Falcon?
having a quiz?
We're having a quiz. Pop quiz time.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh
I
boy.
should have studied.
And this pop quiz is called, if they remade it today, it would be called Good Morning Taliban. Or I really wanted to hate Jumanji 2, but I didn't. And I so wanted to hate it so bad, but
It
it
was
was
good.
good.
You
It
can't
was
hate
good.
The Rock.
No, do you know it was
The Rock's made some bad movies.
no? Do you know
He's
it
made
was
some
a
good movies. But he made
bad
some bad
movie?
movies.
Doom.
a bad
Yeah.
bad movie?
Pain and Gain.
Was Ghostbusters 2 or not Ghostbusters 2? The new Ghostbusters.
How dare you say Ghostbusters 2
No.
was
I
bad.
meant to say the new one. The
What are
one
you talking
with
about?
the
Chris Hemsworth held that movie up.
yeah. That was about the only part of that movie that was okay.
That movie was, the
It
reboot of
tried
Ghostbusters.
so hard to be funny, and the jokes just fell so flat.
I didn't mind it.
I didn't either.
I
Wait-
thought
Yeah,
it's-
it was okay. It wasn't.
It was what it was supposed to be. It
No.
was a
Don't
reboot
worry,
without being a
Ghostbusters.
reboot.
No,
was
that was the worst
cringeworthy to
part
me.
about it. Like, you had
'Cause
all
you-
of the people come back for cameos, and that's the
Yes,
best
but
that
they
you could
weren't
do.
playing anybody that was related to their character.
That's the problem.
No, it's not.
Yes, it was.
It was okay. You had to
I
That's
forget.
definitely the
know.
problem. You had the backbone to make a great sequel reboot if you
Yeah.
wanted to, and you kind of just dropped the ball. It suffered from poor writing, poor execution.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was terrible.
It wasn't the greatest, but it didn't deserve the hate that I think
Like
people give.
like
it.
Sigourney Weaver's cameo at the very end after the credits and everything with Kate McKinnon, and that's like Sigourney Weaver is Kate McKinnon's mentor. It's like you could have done that for all of the characters. Like one of them is an
You're
offs-
overanalyzing
It's-
it.
No, it's just it was just
Yeah, it was okay.
I wanted to like
All right.
it and I didn't.
Question 1. What is John Keating's Williams' character in Dead Poets Society profession? Was John Keating's profession in Dead Poets Society?
I've never seen that.
Really?
Really?
You've never seen Dead Poets?
I don't think I've seen it in a good 15 years, though.
I've never seen it.
It's really good. Question number 2. What was that, JL?
Wasn't that like his first serious role?
I don't know. I don't know the. I didn't. When we wrote the script, I didn't pay too much attention to the dates of the movies. Maybe I don't know. Question number 2. What show did Mork originally appear on?
Who?
Mork. What show did Mork originally appear on? This is Robin Williams' big breakthrough role was Mork from Ork. I had a Mork from Ork figure that came in an egg. You never saw Mork from Ork?
No.
Mork and Mindy?
No.
No? Nanu?
No. So is Mork and Mindy the answer?
I don't
Yes.
know. I don't know what the answer is.
Well, I'm going to write that down and hope for the best.
Question number 3. In what movie did Robin Williams star with Nathan Lane?
Oh, I know that.
Nathan Lane from The Producers. You know that movie at least.
I've never seen it, but I know what the movie is.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Are you writing anything down?
Oh,
didn't know?
You got to write down an answer of some sort.
Who's Nathan Lane?
Nathan Lane is the voice of Timon.
No, from the looks of things, that wasn't like his first serious role. Like he had a few others before that.
Okay. I think he did the Stephen King movie before that.
Ooh. Question
number
4.
4. What Williams movie is based on a real-life doctor who believes in laughter along with medicine to help heal sick people?
I've seen this movie too.
You helped write the script.
I don't think this movie came up in the script.
I think it probably
I
does
think it
because it
did.
actually has a depressing ending.
I've never seen this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Good movie, depressing ending.
I think I
No
saw it-
cheating.
I saw it as a child. I think.
And question number 5. What hospital was Robin Williams a big supporter of? Remember, question number 5 is always going to be the hardest question. It's not in the script. It's not in the fishbowl facts. All right, pencils down. Question number 1. What is John Keating's profession in Dead Poets Society? Faraz?
Lost Boy.
What?
That's Hook.
JL?
Writer.
Nicole?
Poet?
He's a teacher.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, but
Good Will Hunting.
you know what I was thinking on that. Like,
Yeah.
it's true. Yeah.
Teacher. Question number 2. What show did Mork originally appear on? Faraz?
Happy Days.
Nicole?
Mork and Mindy.
JL?
Happy Days.
Happy Days. Trick question.
Hey. The Faraz should know that.
The Faraz.
Question number 3. In what movie did Robin Williams star with Nathan Lane? Nicole?
Birdcage.
JL?
Birdcage.
Faraz?
I have Birdcage.
Are you just saying that 'cause
Do
they said
you?
it?
I have
Okay.
Birdcage.
All right, that's correct. The Birdcage. Question number 5. What Williams movie is
Four.
based...
4.
4. What? Yeah, 4 or 5. It's in between 4 and 5. What Williams movie is based on a real-life doctor who believes in laughter along with medicine to help heal sick people? JL.
Patch Adams.
Nicole.
Pass.
There's no passing. You have to write an answer.
I don't have an answer. There was one where he dressed up like a
should've just
dinosaur. I can't remember
You
what
should
it
have
was.
just written down
And
Jack.
it was like really sad. I can't remember.
Jack. Ugh.
That was
Awakenings.
that was
No.
the dinosaur movie.
No, it wasn't a dinosaur. But like he was dressed up in a fur costume.
AI.
Dinosaur movie?
No.
That's not a costume. He was a very hairy man. That's not very.
That was his character in Jumanji.
It was a sad. It was supposed to be a really sad movie. I'll look it up.
Okay. Faraz?
I have Patch Adams.
Patch Adams is correct.
I never saw it.
And number 5, what hospital was Robin Williams a big supporter of? Faraz?
I have a children's hospital.
A children's hospital is close. Nicole?
St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
JL?
I have St. Jude's or the Shriners.
St. Jude's. St. Jude's
I remember him
Children's
doing the
Hospital.
commercials for it.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. All right, let's get into it. Robin Williams, the alien Mork, Popeye the Sailor Man, the magical genie, the enduring Mrs. Doubtfire, the legendary Peter Pan. He wasn't a lost boy, by the way. He
Death
was
to
Peter
Smoochie.
Pan.
Peter Pan started as a lost
Oh.
boy, I think, didn't he?
Yes,
I
that
don't
was with
know.
Ed Norton.
Sure. I never saw it. I just remember
Well,
that it was weird.
obviously, you've never seen any movie.
I never see any movie. Death to Smoochie. You see, he was.
Death to Smoochie, that was terrible.
Yeah, that was a Danny DeVito movie.
I don't know. Did he wear a top hat?
Yes.
I thought that was Bobcat Goldthwait.
They look the same.
Okay.
Both have the same career.
No,
right?
Danny DeVito directed it.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Who was the star?
Interesting.
Ed
Him and Ed
Norton.
Norton. The two
Okay.
of them.
I must be thinking something different.
Yeah.
Robin Williams, the comedian from Chicago, starred as a plethora of roles and characters that have endured the test of time. All this despite his high school class of 1969 voting him least likely to succeed.
That's silly. Why would you have that as a category?
You didn't?
No.
Yeah, they always
We had-
have that as a category.
Yeah.
No, we had most likely to succeed. We never had least likely
Oh,
to
we
succeed.
totally had least likely.
It's like don't beat people down.
That's
like you
what
want to
you do
try
in
and
high
build
school.
them up.
Yeah,
No,
but
no. You went.
You
What'd you
know.
do? Go to Degrassi?
I would.
Williams was consistently described by friends and classmates as funny, but he described himself as shy. The shyness wasn't squashed until he entered his school's drama program. Then at 16, he and his family moved to California, where more classmates would continue to describe him as funny.
It's a very original description.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Funny guy.
In a 2001 interview on Inside the Actors Studio, he was described as funny. Oh, no, it didn't say that. Williams said that he owes his humor to his mother and his attempts at simply trying to get a laugh out of her during his childhood. His mother, Lori McLaurin? That's not right.
That's her name.
Lori McLaurin.
Laurie McLaurin. Wait till you see the kids' names.
was a former model and practitioner of Christian Science, which was the fastest growing religion in the United States during the early 1900s. I've never heard of Christian Science for it to be growing that fast.
It was a separate branch of Scientology.
Yeah,
was it?
Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of like Scientology in a way.
Is there an alien involved? Because that's the coolest part of Scientology.
Mork.
His father, Robert Williams, worked as an executive at Ford's Lincoln Mercury division. Robert's career called for him to spend much of his time traveling and sometimes relocating the family. Since Laurie also worked, this left Robin with the company of either his older half-brothers, Robert and McLaurin. His name is not McLaurin.
McLaurin.
Yes,
oh my god.
Yes.
His name is McLaurin.
And then you have the other brother, Robert, which is named after their father.
You know,
and the other brother, McLaurin because
McLaurin.
they hated him.
You know, Chris.
McLaurin Williams.
You know, we pride ourselves on being inaccurate retellings of pop culture, but I mean, it doesn't mean we're being intentionally inaccurate.
I can't believe this. He's actually right. The name of his brother really is McLaurin.
McLaurin.
Yeah. We were both wrong about the Christian Science, though. I just remembered that. It's actually all natural remedies. So they don't believe in, say, medicine. Christian Science believes in, say, if you're really sick,
prayer.
You can pray it away.
Oh, can you pray it away?
That's what their belief was.
We got to pray. We got to pray today. I think that was MC Hammer, wasn't it?
Like the thoughts and
Yes,
prayers
it was.
memes.
That was when he came back after bankruptcy.
Okay, that was good. I did real good. All right,
And
you're
you were
next.
too legit to quit.
After high school, Williams enrolled in Claremont, California's Claremont Men's College in pursuit of a degree in political science.
I almost changed that sentence because there was a lot of Claremont
That was a
in
lot,
there.
yeah. As we all probably expected, Williams decided to drop out. He instead decided to pursue acting.
Why would we expect that, though?
Because we know his career by now. He's clearly not a political scientist. So we figured at some point he didn't continue with that.
But he could have continued and then just not done it.
I don't think many comedians continue with like that kind of academic background.
No?
Do you?
Yeah. Why wouldn't they?
Well, in your experiences with comedians, like, and knowing about them, which comedians can you think of offhand that have done so?
Well, I don't know
versus the plethora of comedians that have always dropped out.
I don't know what all the comedians have graduated with. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure statistically, many successful comedians have dropped out of like those high-end academic fields.
So you're saying comedians are dropouts?
But they found success doing other things worthy of their talents.
Okay.
So it's like, this didn't appeal to me. I am more right-brained or whatever than the left brain requires, or the left brain fields requires. So I'm going to pursue this, my talents, and sure enough, I will luck out in this field using my talents.
All right, continue.
I have 10 that gained college degrees before they made it big.
Who?
10 comedians. Dimitri Martin, Aisha Tyler, Jerry Seinfeld, Larry David, Sacha Baron Cohen, Conan O'Brien, Weird Al Yankovic, and John Cleese.
Jon Stewart also was Ivy League, I believe.
Wow, so this is already disputing your claim.
Listed,
Although everybody on that list,
you said attended.
that doesn't shock
gained
me.
college degrees before they made it big. So
And then
they
you
all
have to
got
look
degrees.
into what kind of degrees are these, like how far do they go? Are these
Seinfeld and Larry
like
David.
you're looking at associate's degrees and so forth? And then again, you're also looking at 10 comedians versus the sheer legion of comedians out there that are successful. So like I said, statistically, yeah, you can gain information and skew the representation of the data.
Oh, he's calling you a skewer.
Yeah.
So either way, you're basically Fox Newsing my data.
I'm looking up actual things right now.
Okay.
But if you,
I am researching.
like, if you had
Much more than they ever do.
Chevy Chase on that list and Rodney Dangerfield, I wouldn't believe it.
Seinfeld has a degree in communications.
But all those
That makes
names,
sense.
I can definitely see.
See, a
as having
communications degree is a legitimate college degree.
It is.
And he just actually got a field kind
not
of
saying all
Aisha Tyler,
haven't.
environmental policy.
Stephen Colbert, I think, was
Dimitri Martin. He went to the New York University School of Law on a full scholarship.
NYU. Wow.
Right, but again, I was looking statistically.
Yes.
You're, again, nitpicking a certain few
Larry
people.
David's is in history.
Okay. Back to Robin Williams and his dropouts.
Instead, he decided to pursue a career of acting at the College of Men.
The College of Men?
College of Martin.
Oh, what's the College of Men?
Wherever Williams went to become a law school. His drama professor, James Dunn, would later comment that he could see in his student a raw talent And it became even more obvious when Williams was cast as the character
Fagin
in the school's production of Oliver. It wasn't uncommon for Williams to improvise during his drama program.
I don't see that.
No. He's known for improvising?
Often leaving classmates rolling with laughter. Professor Dunn had said to his wife once that Williams, quote, was going to be something special, unquote.
Now, when anybody ever says rolling with laughter, am I the only one that pictures people actually just rolling and laughing?
I'm hoping it's down a hill.
I have fallen to the floor and clutched my sides in laughter before.
And
That was
rolled.
because your appendix hurt.
No, it wasn't. No, it was because I was laughing so hard. I guess
Were you rolling?
I could roll back and forth.
Like a turtle?
No, I picture them rolling.
No. Yes, like
You know,
a
I
turtle.
actually had to look up that phrase. Like, rolling with laughter is a rolling over with laughter. Apparently, both are acceptable, but rolling with laughter is a more preferred version of the term.
Phrase.
On phrase. It's true. Because
Did you learn that at the, Did you learn that at the College of Men?
College of Men, we learn these things.
They teach you how to roll with laughter.
I'm sure that's not
Not
all
to
they're
roll
teaching
over
you.
with laughter.
I just want to know why you know that.
I was curious.
Okay, keep going.
At the College of Men.
It's quite a school to be curious in.
Yes, you were bi-curious in it.
In 1974, Williams was awarded a full scholarship to Juilliard in Manhattan. During his freshman year, he was one of the only 2 students accepted into the advanced program. That second student would become close friends with Robin Williams and would go on to represent, arguably, the most iconic version of Superman.
Ooh.
JL.
Bad Affleck in Hollywoodland.
No. Nicole, who do you think it is?
What? Say what? Iconic version of Superman? I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Nicolas Cage.
I'm trying
Nicolas
to play
Cage,
with the
yeah,
light.
that's a
The
good
Tim
one.
Burton version that never got made.
George Lansbury.
Christopher Reeve.
Oh.
The 2 shared many classes together at the College of Men.
Men.
Manly man.
Reeve once reflected on Williams, quote, he wore tie-dyed shirts with tracksuit bottoms and talked a mile a minute. I'd never seen so much energy contained in one person. He was like an untied balloon that had been inflated and immediately released. I watched in awe as he virtually caroomed?
I don't know.
Careened?
I've never seen that word.
Caromed.
I think
Caromed.
Nicole's right. Caromed. I think I heard it.
That guy has a
Caromed
degree.
off the walls of the classrooms and hallways. To say that he was on would be a major understatement. Unquote. / unquote.
Yeah, I don't know who wrote that.
I did because I was used to the
I'm not reading that.
backslashes and things.
Okay.
Reeve also said that Williams' energy carried over into everything and oftentimes bewildered their professors with his zealous, unbridled ardor for performing. Seriously? These are the words you're going to give me?
Guess who wrote that sentence?
The guy who's been amused by a light for the past half hour.
You changed it to R2D2. It was the Death Star. When did you change it? Who changed it?
That is the light you are looking for.
It changes on its own.
That's right.
the
Randomly.
color has been the same.
Yes.
Williams also silenced critics who accused him of belonging exclusively to the realm of stand-up comedy with his with his performance of an old man in a production of Night of the Iguana.
Yeah.
I hate Night of the Iguana.
I know.
Stupid iguana.
I prefer Night of the Chameleon instead.
the Spider-Man villain.
Yes. Reeves said of the portrayal, he simply was the old man. Williams and Reeve maintained a tight friendship until the latter's sorrowful expiration in 2004. Wow, thanks for us.
Expiration.
Wow.
You couldn't say passing?
Like he's like a jug of milk that we had to get rid of. Wow, that's how you treat Superman?
Can't wait to see how you explain Williams.
Somebody sniffed Reeves' head and then threw him away.
Oh.
Brendan Routh treated him better than that.
Oh.
Yep. Williams had helped pay much of Reeves' medical bills and offered financial assistance to his friend's family. Zach Williams, Robin's son, had commented that the two were akin to brothers from another mother.
No.
Yeah. Williams began doing stand-up comedy shows in the San Francisco Bay Area in the mid-'70s. His first performance took place at the Holy City Zoo. Woo! Where he worked his way up from tending bar to getting on stage. That's how we all do it.
Huh.
You got to start somewhere. San Francisco was a center for rock music, hippies, drugs, and sexual revolution. Sounds like fun. Williams helped lead it into a comedy renaissance as well. Williams says he found out about drugs and happiness during this time, saying, "The best brains of my time turned to mud."
Williams cites. Yeah, I know.
Read.
Right at the get go, I messed up.
College of Man at work here.
Gecko or gecko?
Get go. Williams cites his comic influences as Jonathan Winters, Peter Sellers, Nichols and May, and Lenny Bruce. These comics attracted a more intellectual audience by using a higher level of humor. He also liked Jay Leno for his quickness and Sid Caesar.
Anybody heard of Nichols and May?
No.
Okay.
Jonathan Winters, however, was his idol. Williams first saw him on television at age 8 and referenced him in interviews throughout his career.
His American Idol.
He said of Winters' ingenuity, quote, that anything is possible, that anything is funny. He gave me the idea that it can be free form, that you could go in and out of things pretty quickly, unquote.
Easily. You can't quote and then unquote with the wrong word. Then it's a paraphrase.
Unparaphrase.
Eventually, due to the unwavering stress of performing stand-up, he started using drugs and alcohol early in his career. Although Williams never drank or took drugs while on stage, he would occasionally perform while hungover. Williams once said of the life of stand-up comedians, quote, it's a brutal field, man. They burn out. It takes a toll. Plus the lifestyle, partying, drinking, drugs. If you're on the road, it's even more brutal. You got to come back to mellow your ass out. And then performing takes you back up. They flame out because it comes and goes. Suddenly they're hot and then somebody else is hot. Sometimes they get very bitter. Sometimes they just give up. Sometimes they have a revival thing and they come back again. Sometimes they snap. The pressure kicks in. You become obsessed and then you lose that focus that you need. Unquote.
On paraphrase.
That was very Robin Williams-like, the way you read that.
I was trying really hard.
That was very William Shatner of you.
He soon moved to Los Angeles and continued doing stand-up shows at various
Page turn.
clubs.
Only to Chris.
Always me. TV producer George Schlattler saw him at the Comedy Club.
Schlatter. It's not Schlattler. There's no second L.
It's silent.
Schlattler asked Williams to appear on a revival of Laugh-In. The show became his debut TV appearance. Williams also performed a show at the LA Improv that same year for HBO. While the Laugh-In revival failed, it led Williams into a career on television. After Laugh-In, Williams appeared in the cast of The Richard Pryor Show and 8 is Enough. I need to go back and find the 8 is Enough episodes. I would like to see that. Next, Williams was cast by Gary Marshall as the alien Mork in a 1978 episode of the TV series Happy Days.
Hey.
Monday, Tuesday, Happy Days. Thursday, Friday, Happy Days. I don't know what happened to Wednesday. Did I say Wednesday?
No. Sunday,
It was what
Monday,
a day.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Happy
Thursday,
days.
Friday, Saturday.
Happy Days. Williams impressed the producers when he was asked to take a seat for the audition, and he did so by sitting on his head. See, that he did that in the show. You're missing some great stuff.
He's clever.
With the character of Mork, Williams improvised much of his dialogue and physical comedy, speaking in a high nasal voice. Mork's appearance was so popular with viewers that led to the spin-off television sitcom Mork and Mindy.
Hey.
This show co-starred Pam Dobler and ran from 1978 to 1982. The show was written to accommodate Williams' improvisational style and behavior, although it revolved... What?
Improvisational.
That's what
That's
I
what
said.
he improv.
It sounded like you said improvisational.
I was starting to say it wrong, but then I corrected mid-word.
He improvised midway through.
That's right.
And nobody would have noticed if you wouldn't have called him out.
I fixed it until you, called me out. Although it revolved around same character. We're missing something. Although it revolved around the same character featured in Happy Days, the new series was set in present-day Boulder, Colorado, instead of Milwaukee in the late 1950s. At its peak, Mork and Mindy had a weekly audience of 60 million, much like our show, and was credited with turning Williams into a superstar.
Superstar.
Mark was so popular that he was featured on posters, coloring books, lunch boxes, and other merchandise like my little toy of Mork and the egg. Because he flew in an egg, Nicole. That was his spaceship, was an egg.
An egg.
Yes. And he had to go report back to his leaders in his egg about what was going on Earth.
So he was totally on drugs.
No, well, that was part of the show.
I know, but that sounds like a person who's on drugs.
No, I don't think that's something he made up. I think that was part of the show.
That was scripted.
Williams' drug use really heightened during
See?
this
Drugs.
time. He would often stay out until 3 or 4 in the morning and show up late for his 10 o'clock set time. One night he partied with John Belushi, only to receive the news the very next day that Belushi died of an overdose. This would haunt Robin Williams over the course of his entire career. He began to clean up his act shortly after, and
he began to clean up.
Well, obviously he hadn't yet.
If
he just began, he wasn't cleaned up
It
yet.
sounds like the sentence.
And then he cleaned it.
It sounds like the sentence was originally he cleaned up his act, but then decided to change and become he began to clean up his act. It's not sure which direction it wanted to go in the tense.
This was written while I was moving furniture.
What furniture? There's no furniture here.
There's no furniture in this house.
Oh, there is. There's a child has a whole bedroom.
She has a tent.
No, she doesn't.
She has a tent. That's all I see.
She has a whole bed and
There's a bed under
shelves.
there.
And go look in her room again.
We're recording in a van.
So anyway,
The mystery machine.
Williams cleared and then cleaned up his act and even had his first child named Zachary.
Yeah, I know. When you said we're going to take the show on the road, I didn't think literally.
I think of it like Walter White's RV.
We're recording in a van down by the river.
Cooking meth.
Also,
Chris is in his briefs.
and he's wearing a little coat.
I was quoting Chris Farley, not Walter White.
Yes.
Chris is the danger.
Chris in a little coat.
Williams became a regular.
Are you picturing me in my tidy whities? Is that why you're laughing?
Recording in an RV.
You just mixed Chris Farley and Breaking Bad.
So
didn't you?
uncomfortable. But I just
Because I do not look like Chris Farley in my tidy
It
whities.
would be so uncomfortable for me.
That's the man who wore a Jedi robe to a recording one time and nothing else.
I don't think it'd be that uncomfortable if I was sitting here in my tidy whities.
It's
I
like
think you'd
if-
be impressed.
It's like if you go to a swimming pool. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I wouldn't
That
have to
was
get up
a
and go to
dress
the
code for the
bathroom. You could
College
just
of
pee in the
Man.
pool.
Plus, I own no white underwear, so it'd be like
They used to be white.
tidy reddies or tidy.
They aren't anymore,
greenies,
but they used to be white.
tidy blackies, tidy tannies.
Only on one side.
Oh God. Williams
Tidy
became
Bart Simpsonies.
a regular guest on various talk shows, including The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson, and The Late Night Show with David Letterman, appearing over 50 times. Letterman, who knew Williams for nearly 40 years, recalls seeing him first perform as a new comedian at the Comedy Store in Hollywood, where Letterman had already been doing stand-up.
I was so hoping you were going to say comedy store.
I was about to.
I have a pair with Princess Leia on it too.
Is it Princess Leia or Leia?
I don't know. I say Leia.
Because both.
Either way, you're looking at his buns.
I get corrected all the time.
He came in like a hurricane, said Letterman, who said he then thought to himself, quote, "Holy crap, there goes my chance in show business."
Can you read that like Peter Griffin?
I don't think I can, but you can.
No, I'm not good with Peter Griffin.
Yes, you are.
You mean, holy crap.
Williams next set out to conquer film. His first film role was a small part in the 1977 low-budget comedy, Can I Do It? Till I Need Glasses.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but there wasn't enough of a pause.
Yeah, there's some ellipses there.
Can I do it? Ellipses. Till I need glasses.
No, you're not
Question
supposed
mark.
to say ellipses.
Can I do it? till I need glasses.
That's perfect.
That was great.
But it didn't sound like a question the way you said it.
Are you sure? I think I
Yeah.
had the right inflection.
I
I think he did too. He sounded very clueless of reading it.
That was good. I enjoyed that.
His first major performance as a title character was in Popeye in 1980. Next came The World According to Garp in 1982, of which Williams reflected, quote, may have lacked a certain madness on screen, but had a great core, unquote. He then landed some smaller roles in The Survivors of 1983 and Club Paradise in 1986, although these did not benefit his career much.
I didn't know he was on Survivor.
Survivors.
He was part of the band?
The World According to Garp is a strange ass movie.
Never seen it.
Me neither.
You could probably
I
pass
don't think
on
I've
it.
seen any of these 1980s.
Is it as weird as what's that Sean Connery movie?
Oh.
James Bond?
No. The one
No.
where he's wearing a red thong?
No,
What?
that's Zardoz.
Yes, that's one.
Yeah, there's that one, and then there's the time travel one too. Time Warriors or whatever.
I don't know. I've never seen that. The World According to Garp is more grounded in reality, but it's just...
I'm about to get really mad at
Weird.
this script.
Yeah.
Why?
You'll see.
You will see.
Time Bandits. Sorry.
Time Bandit.
Time Bandits is a great movie.
I can't remember that at all.
It's Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
I thought you said Sean Connery.
Yes, he's in it. He plays Agamemnon.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
5 little people. Those are the Time Bandits.
Yes, I have it. I'll lend it to you.
Damn it. Yeah.
It's good. It's
it
really
sounds
good.
familiar. I may have seen it, but I can't place it. A major break suddenly struck from his starring role in director Barry Levinson's Good Morning Vietnam of 1987.
Who wants to do it? Somebody has to do it.
Wait a minute, what?
Chris did a good one. No, Chris.
Good morning, Vietnam! I can't do it like Williams.
Oh, you mean the Good Morning Vietnam?
That was good.
Good morning, Vietnam.
This role earned Williams a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actor.
I didn't want to spike the mic. I held back.
The film is set in 1965 during the Vietnam War, with Williams playing the role of Adrian Cronauer, a radio shock jock who keeps the troops entertained with comedy and sarcasm.
You know, I notice I can say all these names when it's not me reading.
Yeah, right?
And then when it's me reading, I can't pronounce it at all.
Williams was allowed to play the role without a script, improvising most of his lines. Over the microphone, he created voice impressions of people, including Walter Cronkite, Gomer Pyle,
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Elvis Presley, Mr. Ed,
Wilbur.
and Richard Nixon.
I am not a crook. I am not a crook.
We just let the cameras roll, said producer Mark Johnson, and Williams said, quote, oh wait.
No, he
never
didn't
mind.
say it.
Oh God.
No,
Oh
he
my
really
God.
did say quote.
We
No.
Because he wanted to be
Mark
quoted.
Johnson.
Said producer Mark Johnson, and Williams, quote, managed to create something new for every single take, unquote. By
Very-
the way, I try to do all these quotes and unquotes to show you how annoying this is.
That's why I never say quote or unquote. Oh, it's my turn.
It is your turn. Why are you checking your watch?
The wife sent me a picture.
Okay. Oh, really?
Other iconic movies include The Fisher King,
Good
Patch
movie.
Adams,
Never saw it.
Hook,
Okay.
Aladdin,
Good.
Moscow on the Hudson,
Pass.
Jumanji,
Cult.
The Birdcage,
It's okay.
Good Will Hunting.
Very good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, if you could give us anything but Ben Affleck. And Night at the Museum.
Wanted to hate it, but
All
didn't.
of them.
Pause. We're missing one of the best movies that he ever did.
We're not listing all of his movies. You
We are
understand.
missing
He was in a
one
lot
of
of
his
movies.
iconic movies. We're talking about his iconic movies.
Okay.
We are missing Mrs. Doubtfire. That is
It was already mentioned.
Yeah, it was mentioned.
okay.
Yeah.
So was Aladdin and Hook and
Yes, but see, Aladdin's more iconic because he improvised that entire thing, which is the whole reason why that movie
He
couldn't be nominated
improvised
for
a-
Best Screenplay.
And he got paid nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Like pennies for it.
he did so good in Mrs. Doubtfire.
No, I've never seen it.
What?
I feel
was the-
Pierce Brosnan brought more to that movie.
No.
It looked like it was just another guy in a dress movie.
No, it was so good and it was so heartfelt. It was really creepy when you sit back and
really
think
creepy
about
that
it.
He dressed up like a nanny to try and go be by his kids when he was court ordered not to be.
Yeah.
Is that what the premise is? Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you ever see Mrs. Doubtfire?
No,
Chris?
I've never seen it.
Oh,
Christopher.
Because there's a whole slew of men dressing as women movies for a while.
Yes,
there.
like
And it was just
sorority
another
boys.
one.
You should probably at least watch this one at least once.
I've seen
Please.
bits and pieces of it on TV.
Okay, but you should watch the whole thing.
I've seen him get hit in the head with a melon like many times.
It was a run by Fruity.
Oh my god!
And
Mrs.
that,
Doubtfire is actually pretty good.
Thank you.
it's all right.
It's good.
Williams took on more than just comedic roles, though. The film Insomnia featured Williams playing a writer/killer on the run from a sleep-deprived Los Angeles policeman portrayed by Al Pacino in rural Alaska.
That's the Stephen King one I couldn't think of.
Yes, it's a very good movie, actually. It's very underappreciated. Then in 2002, in 1 Hour Photo, Williams played an emotionally disturbed photo development technician who becomes obsessed with a family for whom he was developing pictures for a long time.
I've seen that. I thought it was really creepy.
That movie could not be made today.
No. It couldn't be made then either. It was very controversial.
Yep. The last Williams movie released during his lifetime was The Angriest Man in Brooklyn. In it, Williams played Henry Altman, a terminally ill man who reassesses his life and works to redeem himself. Then there were those roles that had one foot in drama and one in comedy. The World According to Garp, wherein Williams plays a writer who loves sex, wrestling, and protecting his family from all the dark life happenings around them. Sounds fun.
It's not. It's really weird. It's got John Lithgow in drag.
Ooh, that's just scary.
It was scary.
His role of a therapist in Good Will Hunting in 1997 deeply influenced some real therapists and won Williams an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor.
That was the breakout movie for Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Yeah, they
too,
wrote
yeah.
it. That's how Project Greenlight started.
Yep.
In Awakenings, that came out in 1990, Williams played a doctor modeled after Oliver Sacks. Sacks wrote the book on which the film was based. Sacks later said the way the actor's mind worked was a form of genius. In 1989, Williams played a private school teacher in Dead Poets Society, which included a final emotional scene which some critics said inspired a generation, and then it became a part of modern pop culture.
Every time I see a desk, I have to stand on it now.
Yeah, I get yelled at that at work. Get down!
We forgot to talk about Jack. Jack was comedy and drama.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That wasn't very successful, though, was it?
It was okay. It did all right.
I thought that was one of his flops.
Why aren't we talking about AI? Or no, was it AI?
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah, AI.
Or no, I'm thinking Centennial Man.
Bicentennial Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe you're
remember
right.
when I said let's do Robin Williams, and you said it would probably be like a 2-3 parter.
Yeah.
So yeah, some of that stuff got cut
Okay.
because it'd just take too long.
Yeah, you're right.
In September 2008, Robin Williams started touring for his one-man stand-up comedy show, Weapons of Self-Destruction. The show focused on social and political issues. Williams poured his energy into his sold-out shows, but health problems would arise in March of 2009. Several months into the tour, Williams began experiencing shortness of breath. This led to him canceling performances, and he ended up going under the knife for heart surgery. After recovery, Williams again continued working on a number of different projects. He made guest appearances on TV shows and appeared on Broadway as part of the original cast of Bengal Tiger at the Baghdad Zoo. In 2011, he lent his voice to the animated sequel Happy Feet 2. Tragically, on August 11, 2014, the 63-year-old comedian was found dead in his California home. His publicist released this statement: Robin Williams passed away this morning. He has been battling severe depression of late. This is a tragic and sudden loss. The family respectfully asks for their privacy as they grieve during this very difficult time. He will be terribly missed by all of us. May he rest in peace. His body was cremated at Monty's Chapel of the Hills in San Anselmo, and his ashes were scattered in San Francisco Bay on August 21st. Of 2014. It says not to end on a downer, but I've already read this paragraph and it doesn't really seem like a downer. I feel like the last paragraph that I read was the downer.
Right.
And this is kind of the comeback.
Right.
Like to end on how about this? To end on a happier note. The
But
daughter
that's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing that you're saying.
No.
Now, not to end on a downer, here's something positive.
But that's not what it says. The way it says now, not to end on a downer, makes it seem like what I'm about to read is going to be the downer.
That would be the opposite.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what it's saying, though.
All right, Jayla, you're the tiebreaker here.
I'm agreeing with Kristen Faraz.
Really?
Yes, I'm totally
All right,
agreeing with that.
Normally, I'm the one that's over analyzing things.
No, it makes it seem like what I'm about to read is the downer. Like, now, not to end on a downer, but blah, 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 blah.
But you previously read.
But, though. It just literally says, not to end on a downer. Here we go.
Here's something positive.
Anyway, to end on a happier note, the daughter of
That's
Robin...
not what it says. It says not to end on a downer.
End on a downer.
I'm improvising. To end on
This isn't a quote. You can't improvise.
No, it's not a quote, so I can improvise.
Oh, okay.
To end on a happier note, the daughter of Robin Williams, who is also a writer and an actor, happens to share the name with the princess in Nintendo's Legend of Zelda series, Zelda. She grew up playing video games with her...
Zelda's the name of the princess?
Zelda's the name of the princess.
Not Link.
It's
Zelda's
not
the
Link.
name of the guy.
Zelda is not the name of the guy. It's Princess Zelda. She grew up playing the video games with her father, and the two would occasionally speak of their affection for the Nintendo 64 Ocarina of Time, for which Robin did a commercial promoting the 3DS version. Zelda Williams recently participated in a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild marathon for charity.
Such a good game.
Benefiting the Brain and Behavior Institute, which has donated millions to research of better understanding, treatments, and cures for mental illnesses. So
And that is a small slice of Robin Williams.
Yeah.
And The Legend of Zelda.
Now, I have a theory on his depression and why he killed himself.
When you're up all the time.
No, I don't think it has to do with that. I think it has to do with the fact that his mind worked so fast and so quick, and then he started losing that edge, and I think that's what made him depressed.
I don't see it.
Yes, because
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't see it.
He's having more trouble improvising and doing stand-up, and his health was failing, and his brain was going, and I think his couldn't deal with it.
Okay, I got it.
Because he couldn't. His brain couldn't. His brain wasn't as fast as he wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Got it.
So that's why. That's my personal theory on why he ended up killing himself.
I'm not going to venture a guess. I have no idea.
Well, he was depressed. He was super
Well,
depressed.
yeah, I know, but
There were speculations. Weren't there speculations that he had found out he had Parkinson's? Like he was in the early stages of Parkinson's?
That may have been it, too. I think maybe that's where I started forming my theory, because that would also affect your brain. Like, speaking of Parkinson's, I don't know how Michael J. Fox is going to be doing another Back in Time. Back to the Future. Back to the Future.
But Fox has done really well with it. Like,
Yeah.
He's been in Scrubs several times back when it was on the air, too.
Yeah, but that's a small...
This is
filming.
a starring role.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you imagine filming on a TV set, they could stop and start it and edit that all together. But to do that for a film, and you're on time restraint and budget restraint,
I mean,
that's going to be amazing. So more power to him. I'm happy for it.
Can't wait to see.
And we all know we're going to go see it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I mean, they could somehow work it in. Say all of the time travel messed with his body somehow.
I thought his TV show where he had the Parkinson's in the TV show was funny. Was extremely funny, where he made fun of himself with the disease. Mm-hmm. So, but it got canceled.
What?
What show is this?
There was actually
I don't think anyone was thinking of.
There was a cutaway in Family Guy where they were like, we were going to take this opportunity to tell a Michael J. Fox joke, and we just thought it wasn't really in good taste, and we're going to take the high road. Oh, wait, we're going to show it anyway? Okay, fine. Here's the clip, and it's him walking over with a tray of red wine, and he spills it all over Peter, and Peter just rips at him.
Okay, so you can be on the hate bandwagon with me since you.
No, but I didn't make a terrible joke. I was referencing a terrible joke.
I love Michael J.
But you
remember that joke.
I remember the.
I grew up watching
Family
Ties. It was awesome.
I try not to remember Family Guy most of the time. Family Ties, yes.
Family Ties, yes. Michael J. Fox
Growing
is
Pains,
awesome.
maybe.
All right, let's do fishbowl facts.
Whoa, fishbowl.
Fishbowl
Okay, Chris,
facts.
well, your
I get to
topic,
be
you
the
pick first.
one this time.
Hey, Frost, what's the light now?
What?
What's-
It's
what-
a Millennium Falcon.
Take the fishbowl from
Is
my
that not good
hand.
enough?
It's flickering too fast for me to enjoy any one color setting.
It's the same that it was before.
John Houseman was the man who initially saw the talent of Williams while being trained at Juilliard. This was the person who told him to focus more on his stand-up comedy routines rather than wasting time through acting classes. Who wrote that?
Fishbowl facts. Fishbowl.
Oh, me?
You're
Is it me?
next.
Yeah.
Quit staring at the light, Carol Ann.
It goes in a circle.
In 1996, Robin Williams reached an amazing milestone which not many actors can ever claim. He had 2 movies, both reached the 100 million mark in the same week in the U.S. The movies were Jumanji and The Birdcage.
Wow, that's a good fishbowl fact.
That is a good fishbowl fact.
On June 4th, 1978, Robin Williams married his first wife, Valerie Velarde. Their son, Zachary Pym, Zach Williams, was born on April 11th in the greatest year ever, 1983.
Why is that the greatest year ever?
Return of the Jedi.
Exactly.
That's the only reason?
No, JL and I were born that year, too.
Exactly.
Well,
Who's older, though?
I'm February.
Yeah, I'm October. See?
Well, I'll follow
Yours is
your
better.
fishbowl fact with
I'm
my
October.
own. It says April 30th, 1989, he married Marcia Garces, a Filipino-American. They had 2 children, Zelda Ray Williams, born on July 31st, 1989, and Cody Allen Williams, born November 25th, 1991. In March of 2008, Garces filed for divorce from Williams, citing irreconcilable differences. That was right about the time that he started doing that comedy tour, and right before he had the surgery. I got it. What?
When Williams was first starting
Pain in
out,
the
he
ass.
performed as a mime outside New York City's Metropolitan Museum of Art to make money.
I could see that.
I can see that too.
Robin was a big fan of cycling and would train with Lance Armstrong at times. According to ESPN magazine, Robin would even go ESPN. Oh my God!
Oh my
Start over.
goodness!
According to ESPN magazine, Robin would even ride shotgun in the Lance Armstrong team car at many of his races! Exclamation point.
Fishbowl facts.
Was that during all of his tour wins or just certain ones?
Only the steroid.
It says
ones.
many.
That was all of them. If you ask
Only
me.
the ones with one ball.
That's all of them. When asked if he named his daughter Zelda after the video game The Legend of Zelda, Williams said, "It wasn't actually me. It was my son Zachary who came up with the idea. But once Marcia, his ex-wife, and I heard it, we said it was great." Fishbowl fact.
My fishbowl fact is kind of redundant from something we said in the script, so I will read it. But
I don't know. We're never redundant. Maybe we should just access.
Yeah.
he postponed his one-man show, Weapons of Self-Destruction, to undergo heart surgery in March of 2009, but toured in September.
Yeah, we didn't say he toured again.
Yeah, no, we didn't do
Yeah.
Well,
So
the
it's
whole
completely
first
different.
part.
Very
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are the worst.
All right, let's rate this beer.
Yeah.
Well, JL, what do you think?
Oh, I got one last sip, so somebody else go, please.
I took a sip. The problem I'm having is the smell. The smell hits me before I taste it.
That's what she said.
And the aftertaste really isn't that bad for
Actually,
an
that's what he
IPA. What?
I'm just saying that's what usually you know.
Oh my gosh.
We got to work on your "that's what he said" and "that's what she said" timing.
I know. You can't do multiple she said, he says right in a
Why?
row.
Anybody could say it.
You can edit.
Why does
these
it have
things
to be
out, Chris,
gender
If you
specific?
ever get around to doing it.
No, it's too rapid
He doesn't
fire.
get around. He's
Too
married.
rapid fire.
So I'm giving it a 2.
Woo!
Just because of the smell. I don't like the smell.
Ooh, that smell.
If it didn't smell, I think it would be better.
What did you think of the Einstock that I brought you? The
That
white
was
ale.
really good.
All right.
The label on the Crowler is better than the Einstock, but
Every
taste of the
Einstock label is
better.
the same.
Yeah, it's just the Viking, the outline of the Viking head.
The Einstock I would give a 6.
Whoa,
The
which
Crowler not so great.
it's very, very hoppy, but I don't feel like there's a good enough balance to it. I just feel like it's kind of all hops and nothing more dynamic.
Which some IPAs are like, where they're all hops. It's just,
I get
it's hit
that.
or miss.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we're talking about it. I don't know. I'm kind of not crazy
This was
about
complicated.
it. I know. I can't tell if I want to give it a 2 or if I want to give it a 3. I think I'm going to give it a 2. I'm really not a big fan of the flavor. It's not doing it for me.
See it.
The can is cool. It's got a lot of colors and it's
big.
It doesn't look like an IPA would come out of that can.
I'm here for the size.
It's a very vibrant can.
Size doesn't always matter. He said, she said, he said, she said, he said.
They said.
He said that. She
They
never
said
said that.
Like Chris, I have 2 beers in front of me. One from the
I have 3.
IPA growler.
So do I.
The other is an Einstock, different than Chris's white ale.
We are rating the
the crowd.
I have the Atlantic Arctic Pale Ale, which I like a lot less than the IPA.
Okay, wow.
I love Einstock.
Didn't see
but
that turn
I
coming.
don't see that. It's
That was a twist I did not see coming at all.
Wow. It's like M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong wrote
I know.
his
We got
review.
swerved on that one.
I can't wait for the new movie that's going to be a sequel to
Glass.
Split, which is going to be a sequel to what was the other one? That
Unbreakable.
one. Yeah, I'm excited.
The first
What was
trailer
Jet
comes
Li,
out
right?
this weekend.
No,
No.
Bruce Willis. What?
They're
Bruce
releasing the
Willis.
first
Jet Li
trailer
one.
at San Diego Comic-Con this weekend.
Jet Li when he was the fight, like a cage fighter or something.
excited.
That's from movie.
What movie was that called?
Unleashed
Unleashed. There we go.
with Bob
Okay.
Hoskins.
Yes.
What's your rating of the beer that we're rating?
The Einstock? I would give a 1 out of 6, which is surprising.
That's not
for
what we're
Einstock.
rating.
The what's his name of this growler?
The
again?
Crowler.
The
Crowler?
Crowler Crank IPA.
I would give a 2. I just, like Chris said, or I think Nicole, it tastes all like it's all hops. The smell doesn't offend me like it offends Chris, but it's the flavor profile is mostly all hops, and there's nothing else beneath that. There's no other layer.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's fine.
All right, Joe.
I would have to say that the smell hits you right off the bat.
Yes.
There is a slight aftertaste because
Yeah.
you get like a dryness after the hoppiness. With that, I'm going to have to go 2.5.
Wow.
So overall,
It's not terrible, but it's just not one that I could see drinking more than that. It's definitely a sip beer, which is kind of funny because I looked it up. It's only a 6% ABV, so the alcohol content's not the highest.
no.
It's just overall, it's just an average IPA.
So
Big passes all the way around.
yeah. When we were at the store earlier picking up our beer, he said off the cuff, do you think they have Einstock? And we were able to find it. But before we decided to just go for getting the Einstock, we almost got the one that we tried the last time. The
Heller.
Brew
The
Free or
21st
Die.
yeah,
That
the
one.
IPA.
That one was good.
The Brew Free or Die.
Yeah.
There's still 2 in the beer cooler.
Yeah.
We were really thinking about just grabbing another pack.
It was
for
very
us.
good, that
I
one.
just saw another one of theirs that I was interested in trying.
Was
but
it the
I-
Blood Orange?
No.
Oh, because they had the same thing.
No,
Blood
but
Orange.
I didn't want to get 2 from the same brewery
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
We could do that, though.
Understandable.
So
There's no
it's-
rules here.
Yeah, but as this is a gift because somebody personally got this for the show.
Thank you, O'Connor.
Yeah, thanks,
Which they'll
O'Connor.
never give us another one because we
No.
rated it so low.
No, he got it because he knows I like IPAs, and I'm sure he looked at it and went, "Ooh, that's a neat looking can, and it's big enough to share."
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
I
what
mean,
he told me.
it's
He
true.
got it. He was like, "Look, I got you a growler. It's a growler in a can for you guys on the show, so you can all sample it."
He's like, those bastards. I gave him free beer and they rated it a 2.
Well,
Average a 2.
He did have it sitting in his car during the entire showing of Skyscraper.
What was I about to say?
Emails.
There are emails.
There are
but
emails?
I was going to say that we should do some more of what are the ones that we tried last week? The
Mead?
Peanut butter. Those. They have a couple of really interesting looking ones every time I go into ABC, and I always want to try them. They're really expensive, but I'm wondering if they're good or
That's
not.
because they're the drink of the gods.
Drink of the gods? Is that what mead stands for?
Yeah.
Yes.
All the gods drink mead.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was
How did I not
thinking,
know
too,
this?
that we
Because you
class-
didn't watch Thor.
Yeah.
I did. I went to see Ragnarok.
No, you have to watch the first one. That's where he references it.
I was thinking too that we class up the dinner for Oz bits and bring wine tasting to pair with our fried chicken.
Are we allowed to
pizzas,
bring our own
burgers.
wine? Or do we have to have?
Yeah,
No,
everybody
I will pick
brings
the pairing of the wine that
I'm not drinking Merlot.
I don't.
Or everybody could bring a
Merlot's
wine
actually
and we could
underrated.
do
It
a
has a
tasting.
Merlot, no.
You know what pairs well with fried chicken? Champagne.
Champagne.
I have heard that actually.
Yeah. I don't know if I believe it, but
I once went someplace and it actually had that as a suggested pairing.
Oh, I wonder
went
where
to
it could
that
have
same
been.
place.
I would like to hear off the air about this wonderful place.
It's phenomenal.
Anyway,
They do have good fried chicken.
They do.
best I've heard of. So we have a couple of emails. If anybody would like to email us, you can email us at podcast42show@gmail.com. Make sure to type the numbers 4 and 2. Don't type out the word 42.
That highlights so much better.
Podcast42show@gmail.com. Our first email is from Scraps. Okay.
Scraps what? Scraps
Hello,
at-
Scraps.
Oh, just like a user, not an email address.
They sent this through Instant Messenger.
So glad you guys are doing another Pop Culture Big Brother. My friends and I played it as a party/drinking game one night. It's such a good idea. I am loving this season of Big Brother so far.
I'm a little behind.
You need to catch. I didn't watch last night's episode.
You should
I
watch
don't think you're
this
missing
season.
much by not watching it, JL.
You haven't watched last night's episode yet.
It's on the on demand. Just you're not that far behind.
You're not.
No different than watching the MTV.
I'm still trying to finish Arrow from this season.
Anyway,
That's fine.
I've
But
fallen back on Arrow, but I want to watch it too.
if you give in to our pleading for you to watch it, at least give it 4 episodes.
Okay.
The first 2 episodes, in my opinion, are never that great.
no,
It's
because
introducing
you're
the
just,
house.
Yeah, you're getting used to everybody. Nobody really knows what they're doing. It's all for the show. They're putting it on. But as you get further into the season, you start seeing who is smart and who is playing the game well and everything. So actually, I'm really excited for this week because
Don't say anything.
I'm not saying any. I'm just saying an unexpected person won HOH, and it's going to be fun to see.
Well, it's hard to believe an unexpected person won HOH.
It's not. Our second email is from Rick K. What is going on?
He's having a stroke over there. What's?
We're recording while the home run derby's on, and my favorite player was in it, and he got eliminated.
Oh, sorry. What's the home
Who's
run
the favorite
derby?
player?
Javi Baez from the Cubs.
I'm so sorry.
What's a home run derby? Is that where they're in race cars?
They basically just give them like straight
They
pitches,
just lob up
and
balls
it's
so they can hit them out, and whoever gets the most in each round advances, and he got eliminated in the first round.
You know, it'd be cooler if they were in race cars.
That would be awesome.
Do we have any more emails?
Yeah, our second one is from Rick K. It says, if you guys are ever at one of the Central Florida beer festivals, let me know. I would love to meet everybody. Are we going to any of those? Any of them in mind?
I never thought about doing one, but we could.
I would love to.
We could set up a booth.
We can do a booth at those?
Yeah.
What?
You can do a live jails beer cooler.
We could do a live
That
Jails
would be
beer
cool.
cooler. They should sponsor the beer cooler.
There,
I agree.
There are,
Although they might get mad when I rate it bad.
but at least we'd be talking about it and sending it out to all of our viewers.
I'm not always right on the beers. I don't take my beer rating as gold.
I take it as bronze.
I would take it more as like
Participation
plastic.
trophy.
That's pretty accurate, I think.
I agree, JL.
I
Cheers.
got a ribbon. I got a participation ribbon.
We have a new mascot here too this week. So we have Bowser every week, and this week we have Baby Groot.
That came from a theme park that held a drink in it.
I know that, but we have Bowser all the time, and now we have Baby Groot here too, and I'm so excited to have our little mascot.
We also have a Millennium Falcon light.
Falcon.
It used to be a Death Star. Now it's the Falcon.
Yeah, it blew up.
Yeah.
The Millennium Falcon is the good guys.
Twice.
Isn't that count for anything?
Is he really a good guy, though?
He's not really a good guy.
He came back. He came back for Luke.
Yeah,
he could have just
probably
run
'cause
away.
Chewie told him to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither Lando nor Han they're chaotic neutral, I would say.
But-
Chaotic
Ooh,
neutral.
D&D
Yeah.
alignments.
You
I
have to
like
align.
that.
You have to do D&D alignments for people.
What would Chris be on a D&D scale?
What would I be?
Lawful good?
I would know. Probably chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah. I have my faults.
What would Nicole be? Just
She would
neutral,
be
neutral?
She would be lawful,
Neutral.
lacking
Oblivious.
in pop culture knowledge.
NJL.
Chaotic evil.
I could say that. Chaotic evil.
What about you? What do you think you would be?
Chaotic good.
You think you'd be chaotic good?
I think
I don't
so.
find you very chaotic.
Yeah, you're not very chaotic.
Lawful good.
What are the other ratings?
It's lawful good, chaotic good, good, neutral.
Neutral?
Yeah, just dead middle neutral. You don't tip in the scale in either way. Then you have your
What is that? Like a dead person?
I would call you lawful evil.
lawful evil would be like the Kingpin of the Marvel Comics universe. Probably like Donald Rumsfeld, I'd assume.
Okay.
Lawful evil.
JL, I think you would be lawful evil.
Steve Bannon, I assume.
You're really going to compare me to that?
No, I wouldn't compare you to Steve Bannon.
But they would be the mindset of a lawful evil person. You can exploit the laws in such a way that manipulate it in your own evil pursuits.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, that would be me.
Okay. I don't want to insult
So
you.
you have the system in place.
Once you
and
explained
can
it, where like there's like a
strategize-
system there, and I just like...
Yeah, you exploit the system to benefit
Oh,
you.
yeah, that's you.
Chaotic evil would be more like maybe Trump who does evil on his whim.
So you would be
Yeah, I wanna be lawful
evil. Neutral?
Maybe lawful neutral. That sounds good. That's more like an Obi-Wan Kenobi, I assume.
Oh, yeah, lawful neutral. But Nicole would be lawful good?
Neutral.
Oh, nobody should be neutral.
Maybe neutral good.
Neutral good?
I think neutral good.
Neutral good. You're
Did I
neutral
miss where you
good.
explained what the first one was versus
Yes,
what the second
yes,
one
you
was?
totally
That's okay.
missed.
That's okay. I'll go over it again later.
You zoned out.
I did.
You did zone out on that.
That's okay. No, I understand that I zoned out. I was taking a picture.
Like Batman, for example, would be a chaotic good.
See, if we were actually playing D&D and we were role-playing that we're at a campfire, the three of us would be talking and eating beans and you'd be sleeping.
I would love to play one of those games.
Like Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
That's one of the best scenes ever.
Speaking of playing games, I finished South Park Fractured But Whole. That game.
Is that how Faraz has been introducing you to the back door?
That game that you guys made fun of me for an hour about playing and me not
It was
figuring
more
out
like an
how-
hour and 15 minutes because we continued after and still
And-
laughed at
And
you.
yet she got nowhere.
And I
She did get nowhere.
finished
She went to 2 houses in an hour.
I finished the entire game. Is all you need
You
to
got
know.
past the part I'm stuck on?
I beat the game. I
Can I
finished the
just
game. I
point
saw
out
the
that we
credits
recorded
and
that
everything.
episode almost a year ago?
I know, isn't that crazy?
Wow, it's been
But
that
I
long.
just got the
It's-
game now to play. It's not
been
like
a
I've been
while.
playing it the whole time.
It's been
No,
a
I know.
while.
No, I got it from you like 4 weeks ago.
No, you did it.
like 3
no,
weeks ago.
I gave it to you. No, even you beat it quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Super
played
quick.
it nonstop all day.
I was
every
just
day.
pointing out how long ago it was that we recorded that episode.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but I didn't start it then and have been playing it since.
No.
I beat it pretty quickly. It was fun. I
I just like
enjoyed
to
it.
point out it took me a long time to get the joke fractured but whole.
Yeah.
You know, they actually
It's just the way I say it. Now I hear my saying.
It took
Hear
until
myself saying
Faraz
fractured
pointed it out, and
butthole.
he was like, "Oh," that I went, "Oh, now I get it." Like I really.
They actually say it a lot in one part of the game. They say, "Oh, I think you have a fractured butthole." They say it, and I was like,
I
I
didn't
love
catch
when they say the title of the movie in the
So
movie,
South Park
that
the
type
movie,
of thing.
bigger, longer, uncut. You got that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Penis jokes I'm fine with, but fractured but whole. See, now I say it all the time, but when I said it before, I never heard it at all.
No.
Fractured but whole.
Butthole.
Fractured but whole. I said it too slow, I think. When I
Yes,
said it
we
before.
were sounding out each word individually.
Because it's kind of hard to say. When you say it individual was fractured but whole.
I have a question.
Fractured butthole. See, you got to say
Okay.
it fast.
Can you explain your shirt, Stabbity Bunny?
It's a
I feel
comic.
like it's familiar, but I don't.
It's a comic.
It's a comic.
It's an independent comic. It's really good.
Stabbity Bunny.
They are usually at MegaCon and a bunch of the conventions where you can buy like volumes and individual issues, and they sell the shirt also.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Stabbity Bunny for everybody
Bunny.
listening.
Check it out.
Since you can't see it, that's what I'm
Stabby
talking
Bunny,
about.
you owe me a free issue now.
I'll thank you when I go to the next con.
All right, well, that's the show.
It's been
Robin
fun.
Williams in the can.
Wow, that was really a 4-parter.
It's been real. It's been fun.
We skipped a lot. Purposely skipped a lot. So if anybody's
Because he
upset,
has, there's that much.
I know we never talked about Hook and its like commercial controversy, whether or not it was.
We didn't talk about his
successful
greatest
or
role in
flop.
Cadillac Man.
Yeah,
Chris hasn't
Dustin
seen
Hoffman
Mrs.
as
Doubtfire.
Captain Hook.
I never
The
seen
remix of Hook's theme to Emperor
Rufio.
Palpatine in the prequel trilogy.
Rufio.
There was a fan-made Rufio movie that came out last year, I think, on YouTube.
Cool.
Fishbowl facts.
I don't know what to say to that. I'm not going to watch it.
I still haven't. But some of the fan-made movies are pretty good. Like Darth Maul Apprentice, I think is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was way better than The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yes.
There's
Oh.
a fan-made Star Wars Stormtrooper movie where it's like Stormtroopers, like, but they're set on like in Cops, the TV show Cops.
Yes, I saw that.
That's really good. Find that one.
Is it by College Humor?
I don't remember who it's by.
They used to do a lot of the Stormtrooper episodes.
But it just follows Stormtroopers around like you would follow the show Cops. It's hilarious.
It was really good.
All right, well, I'm Christopher DeVos.
I'm Nicole Fasone.
I'm JL Tros.
And I'm Faraz. Hey.
Biggie. Bye. See you later. Bye.
Bye, Nicole's
Next
mom.
time.
Fare thee well.
Fare thee well.
Engage.
You are no longer listening to Podcast 42.
Some of the stuff you just heard might have been embellished, made up, or just plain incorrect. In other words, don't use this show to write a book report with. You will get a bad grade. Just like all the hosts.
But I'm not done yet.
JL's Beer Cooler is written and performed by Cremo. Cremo is an award-winning actor and musician. For all things Cremo, including more great music, visit Cremo.com. That's spelled Craymo. He is on Twitter at Cremo. Facebook, just search Cremo Music, and also on YouTube under, you guessed it, Cremo.